Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Wow, man. Wow, man. Oh, can you hear me? Okay, you can hear me now. Fucking A. Okay, so, man, this is just bad. Okay, so I keep having problems with the streaming platform. Like, I always have problems with it. It's fucking incredible. Okay, so here's what I'm starting with. What's up, Ron? What's up, Joel? What's up, Anthony? What's up, Marine? Mary Pitbull. I like the Pitbull. I like Micah Parsons' reference to pit bulls the other day. I felt like that was complicated. We're starting a little bit earlier, so let's just get to the Chiefs Raiders game to start with. I'm changing my pick. Like I think the Chiefs are going to blow them out. I do see the spread is accounting for that though. Like when I picked it on Tuesday, what was it? 11 and a half, 12. Now I see it's up to 13 and a half on a lot of books. Like I do think this is a Chiefs blowout situation. Like I know the Panthers game was startling, but we at least saw some explosion from the Chiefs offense. So, so yeah, good morning, Tom. Yeah, good morning. Yeah, and we got to get up early. Like it's Black Friday. Like I'm glad to see you guys not out running through people. You guys know how people like they trample people just to get like $5 off a TV. I remember when there used to be good deals on Black Friday. I'm talking like I'm like 80 years old, but I remember when there actually used to be good deals on Black Friday. So there's none anymore. Okay, so let's get to the Thanksgiving 3-2 on the money picks on Tuesday. It was a mixed bag because the Dolphins just completely capitulated. And I know everyone's going to say, "Oh, it's the cold." I don't really think so because when you're betting these high leverage games, actually every single game you bet, um listen, these games come down to 3 or 4 big plays. And that muff fumble was maybe even a 7-10 point twist. And then the Dolphins were moving the ball good, but penalty after penalty. And that's the game. That really is the game. And I'm not complaining about it. Obviously, the Packers played good. 4 and 5 on the player props. And I do want to address the Caleb Williams thing. He gifted us that under on the Tuesday on the Monday video for the Thanksgiving. I'm happy for that. I know Eberflus is going to take the blame, but I'm just saying that was more Caleb Williams than Eberflus, in my opinion. Like I was saying on Instagram, I've seen Drake May, Jaden Daniels run about 8 to 10 similar drives in similar situations in the 2 minute drill. Dude, they would not have went down like that. But he gifted us the under. I felt like it deserved to be an under, anyways. The under got out of control in the Cowboys Giants game. Cowboys took care of business. Under hit in the Packers game. And like I said, I'm not coping about the Dolphins. I'm just being realistic. Like if you muff a punt after a big stop and then the next drive, Jordan Love almost throws one of his patented interceptions, and it's just bad luck that the safety didn't come down with it. If you don't make those high leverage plays, you're just not going to win. I knew once they didn't get that interception, it was over. But yeah, Mike, I'm gonna get to some questions first on Patreon, then we'll do it. So, yeah, Tom. I mean, they do have an offensive line issue, but like I said, when the game flow is in Miami's way, they're able to deal with it. Or are you talking about the Bears? What's up, Campbell? Hey, man, Campbell, you're up early. Uh, yeah, yeah, Kiovang, like I'm not even like complaining about the penalties. Like the only time I complain about penalties is in Chiefs games. Luckily, we made our stand with the Bills against the Chiefs. I probably will not be betting another Chiefs game the rest of the year. If you guys did lay like the 12 and a half, 13 and a half, whatever it's at today, I would not snub my nose. Um, Yo, Lino, what's up? I didn't know this was your YouTube name. All right, let's get to the Patreon questions. Yeah, man, I think I got something like COVID or something. I was sweating profusely last night, like when I was trying to sleep. It was insane. And I was like excited for the games yesterday, but I was just like with a complete just You guys know when you just feel like a complete like lack of energy, like a complete lack of focus. I was just like looking at the games, like not even getting excited, and the games were fun to watch. Even the Giants Cowboys wasn't bad by their low standards. Okay, here we go. Lino Frosto, yo, what's good, John? Hope all is well, my guy. Who gets butt slammed all the way up to the wisdom teeth this week, my guy? Aberflus getting fired this week. What was your Thanksgiving dinner like? Shout out to all the DJs. Yeah, DJs. I hope DJs made money on the on the Monday Thanksgiving video. They should have, but people don't like betting over unders. But I've been phenomenal with the over unders this year. It sometimes it's a mixed bag with the totals. I do like data. I am into stats sometimes, but yeah, like I'm even surprised with what we're doing with the over unders this year. I'm like 85% a game flow guy more than the stats. Like I do wonder how the stat guys are doing with the over unders. I am curious about that. They don't really like pick them that much. I don't think I'm not on the internet a lot, so I talk with you guys, then I get off the internet and go out and get some sun. Okay, so in terms of who gets completely just slammed this week, I'm looking at the Raiders. I think that's the easy option. I mean, it's the biggest spread, but let me give you another option. Um, I kind of think the Colts get a little bit of a surprise this week with the Patriots. Like, I don't think this is the slam dunk Colts money pick everyone's making out to be. Now, like, I do think going to Foxborough is a different equation. I do feel like I have a really good read for the Patriots. Is the Patriots defense poor? Is Kyle Duggar and Christian Gonzalez maybe the most overrated set of secondary players in this league? Of course, they can't cover anyone. They haven't covered anyone the whole year. Um, but I don't know if the Colts are the team to exploit that. Are the Colts going to run the ball for 150 yards? Yes. Is Anthony Richardson going to run the ball well? Probably. And obviously, this Colts run game is a lot different when you have Anthony Richardson in the backfield. Like I already showed you guys the stats. Like they were averaging 3.3 a carry with Flacco, 5.8 a carry with AR back there. It makes a difference, and Steichen is very good at scheming him. Now, here's why I think the Patriots will win. Okay, guys, we went hard on the Dolphins on Patreon last week, okay? And for good reason. And you guys didn't have to sweat. And that's why I think some people get spoiled and don't understand that these games come down to 4 or 5 big plays. When you see games like the Dolphins just completely dismantling the Patriots. But I felt like Drake May was phenomenal. I felt like Drake May was phenomenal against the Dolphins. And sometimes you have to take into account the talent level. Now, here's the reason why I always pick against the Patriots, but we've picked them in the right situations against the Bears. Who else did we pick them against? Anyways, one reason why we picked them against the Bears is because the Bears don't get a lot of quick pressures. One of the biggest weaknesses of the Patriots team is their offensive line. Now, do the Colts get a lot of quick pressures? No. Is DeForest Buckner and Grover Stewart in the middle, in the interior, very good? Yes. Are the Patriots going to be able to run the ball? Probably not. But Drake May can buy time against these guys. And I don't fear like Cootie Pay or any of these Colts edge rushers in terms of getting into Drake May's thing. So I actually see like Patriots. Listen, I don't think I'm going to bet it, but I see the Patriots winning comfortably here. And I have like that Patriots under 4 future bet. So I will be sweating a little bit, but I also have a Colts under future bet at 8.5. So no one can hear me. Man, this is crazy. This is crazy. This is crazy, man. This is crazy. This is crazy. Yeah, dude, power rankings are bullshit. I do betting power rankings. Okay, good. Yeah, man, I'm trying to stay close to the microphone. This streaming setup is just like I said, I need a new program. Okay, Justin, man, I can't wait for this week. Let's get it. I'm excited, man. I'm excited. I'm excited. JL, if you had 1 hour to finish your turducken with two Vikings, who would they be? This is a good question. I would probably current Vikings or old Vikings. Current Vikings, I would go Harrison Smith, Justin Jefferson. Past Vikings, I would have to go Favre and Randy Moss. I always love Randy Moss. Like his Thanksgiving memory when he had like fucking 2 or 3 catches for 170 yards against Dallas was my best memory. Navi, what's your best teaser? Well, I was thinking about this because I saw your question earlier. Vikings are down to -3 on DraftKings. That's interesting. I don't know if that's going to stick. Well, my best teaser, I don't know if this is necessarily a teaser week. If Brock Purdy doesn't play, you have to tease the Bills down, but we don't have any definition on that. We might learn today at like 7:00 Eastern time. I just don't think this is a great teaser week. Like, I'm not dodging your questions. I would obviously tease the Patriots up because you heard my analysis. And, this Jags one's dropping fast. Like, Jags are like down to Texans are -3.5 on DraftKings. I feel like they're trying to pull us to bet that. I wouldn't tease the Jets up. I would not tease the Jets up. Man, I just don't think it's a great teaser week. Like, I don't want to tease the Panthers up or tease the Bucks down. I actually think that game can become chaos real quick. And I don't like going the other direction, taking like a favorite -3 to plus money because we lose a point. I'll post a teaser up. Obviously, you want to tease the Broncos down. Browns are dangerous, but yeah, dude, if they just need Purdy, either way, like, because obviously Brandon Allen can't play. So, yeah, John Randall would be fucking nice. And thank you for the super chat. Thank you for the super chat, Tom. Thank you. Yeah, no, Ron, I get it. Like, it's a crappy teaser week. Maybe I'll shoot something out for Navi later because I actually wasn't even like thinking of teasers this week because like the bets are going to be really simple this week. I'm going to get them up earlier than normal. Quat, you said this is the best slate, but I only see the Chargers, Houston, and Tampa as locks. I don't see any of those as locks. I don't see any of those as locks, Quat. I think the Panthers Bryce is playing good right now. I like the over in the Tampa Panthers game. I mean, that was a money pick. Houston, dude, they did play good. I don't know, man. Like, I'm worried about Houston. I think that defense responds, but like everyone's focusing on Fairbairn for that collapse last week. And that's fair enough. But I got to tell you, man, I was worried about that Houston defense last week. I thought that was something we could lay our hats on. And I thought that was something with all the young players with a good defensive coach and D'Amico Ryans. I felt like that was something we don't have to worry about. Yeah, man. So Chargers, yeah, I like the Chargers. But yeah, I feel like it's a good week. Like, I'm not betting like a lot of games like the other weeks, but I feel good about this week. Brendan, John, aren't you worried about the Chargers having a short week combined with the Falcons coming off a bye? Brendan, I'm fucking worried about every single bet I post. I'm fucking worried about every single bet I post. Okay, like, I'm fucking worried and petrified of it. I get it. Like, Falcons are coming off the bye. Falcons have a lot of talent, but Falcons are a poorly coached football team. And that's my main point in this game. They're a very poorly coached team. And I do wonder how much the bye week even means for them. Because the defense, it isn't getting better. It's getting worse. The talent level increased a ton on the Falcons defense. Yeah, the performances suffered. And listen, it's fucking NFL. Any team can beat any team any single week. That's just how this league is. And every single bet's fucking dangerous. I'm not being rude to you. I'm just saying, like, do you know how much I sweat and pace around my house before I post these bets up on Patreon? Yeah, I'm fucking thinking of everything. People were acting like I didn't know Dobbins was out. Like, yeah, I'm fucking thinking of everything. I'm worried about every bet I post. How am I not worried? How am I not worried? We got a ton of people on Patreon. We got maybe like 50 people on there who are crazy, who are literally just bet their mortgage on anything I post. I'm not going to go out and get another job. I'm unemployable. Of course I'm worried. I respect your money more than mine. And then I go 5-1 on Patreon. The other week, go like 5-2. The other week, fucking tell people to go hard on the Bills, and yet people are down money. And then there's people in the comment section saying, just parlay all of it, bro. Lawson's hot. Yeah, but dude, like, at a certain point, there's math. There's 50-50 splits in every bet. And that's where I'm at, Brendan. Like, of course the Falcons could beat the fucking Chargers. The Raiders could beat the Chiefs. No one thought the Raiders would beat the Chiefs last year. Or I remember my Vikings were favored 17.5 against the fucking Bills. And the Bills beat the Vikings by like 20 points in the Metrodome. Like, it's dude, this league is crazy, man. And I like your caution because you have to treat every game and every bet with respect. Like, I'm not willy-nilly posting stuff like, yeah, Maureen, I know I can't control what people do, but like the people betting their mortgages and stuff, like, it did take away the fun 2 years ago. Like, it got a little bit crazy. And like, I've tried to explain the math of like parlays to people, and it's not hitting. Like, I explain the math like in a very like rudimentary way. Because I was a teacher before, like for kids who were like, I literally, like, the school I worked in was like a fucking FEMA camp. It was like literally like a fucking FEMA camp. So obviously you can imagine the kids there weren't the brightest logs in the world. And so like I can explain the math so many ways. And these are 50-50 splits. We're looking for a 56 or 58%. And that's what we bet. That's what I try to do. Yeah, Vaughn, people need to be adults, man. But Tom, and I need to stop. Thank you for the super chat, Tom. Tom, I think Houston covers. I just don't want to touch that game. We talk about bad spots. I'm not sure that's the greatest spot. Like I said, I have to reassess Houston's defense. Like, because like I said, like, we're talking all about Fairbairn, but we have to reassess some of the shit we saw from Houston's defense. We do. We just have to. Like, that was worrisome last week. That was worrisome. And like, we're hearing about Stroud's sophomore slump. Like, I even mentioned that earlier in the year. I felt like, listen, like, Stroud's not going to be masterclass like last year. Like, he's still going to be good, but he's not going to be masterclass. So like everyone wants to focus on Stroud, Fairbairn, but that defense is young and they got a lot of good players on that defense. I don't know how many of you guys watched the Titans game, but that's what stuck out to me. I was concerned about that defense. Yeah, you need to stop. Like if you do a teaser parlay, that's fine. It's just, bro, like once you get to like over like 3 legs, like you're gonna find a way to lose. And people think they beat the system, and like, yeah, like there's people on Discord who do hit like plus 2,000 parlays, but like they know they do it different ways. Like they'll go alt lines. Like I told people to go with alt lines to Jonnu Smith. Like you have to alt stuff to do the parlays right, and no one's going to do that. Yeah, anyways, Tom, I would not be prop bet tonight. I haven't, Angela, I haven't looked at them. I hope you checked out the Thanksgiving props. They were smashing. Yeah, JP, I agree. Houston's very shaky. And I was wrong about them going into the year. I think when I made my betting power rankings, the betting power rankings were rather good. But I think I had Houston in like the top 6, and obviously that's not the case. They're like a mid-tier, like 10 to 13 team in like the betting power rankings, in my opinion. Yeah, Eusebio, you're wild, man. You're wild. Like, you're wild, Eusebio. Like, I love you, but you're wild, man. No, what's up, Cows? Okay, here we go. The Hound, yo, brother, it's just a shout out. Hope you had a great Thanksgiving. Hope your wife is doing well. Thanks for all hard work you put in for your supporters. Let's get this week 13 money. Let's get it, man. Hopefully Purdy plays for you guys. It's not looking good though, Hound. And thank you, wife's doing good. And it's not looking good, Hound. The shit I'm reading today. I felt like Purdy practicing on like Monday and Tuesday. I saw he was out in the practice field Monday doing a little bit of light work. He was limited Tuesday. I felt like he would be trending in the right direction, and it just doesn't seem like it. Just doesn't seem like it, right? Warren Flowers. I'm thinking Rams minus 2.5. I think I'm going pretty big on this one, along with the Chargers, Pats, and Bengals as well. Warren, you'll find out what I do. You'll find out what I do later today. I'm excited for this week. Like, it's not going to be a lot of bets. Like, we're not going to have like 7 plays like a few weeks ago, but we're going to have some plays, man. Joseph Campbell, them boys. Any thoughts on Saturday college? Oh, Joe. There's so much shit going on with NFL. If I gave you college advice, I would be lying to you. I watched Syracuse, and I watched Colorado. That's about it. But yeah, more focused on like soccer. We are doing MLB next year. I got back into baseball. I want to do NBA, but man, I can't watch those games. Like, it's just 3-pointers, man. It's just 3-pointers. Matty Zang, Bengals minus 3, Rams minus 2.5, Chargers minus 1. What's your take on this? I really like the Bengals this week. It's dangerous. It's stupid. Maybe it's sunk cost fallacy. But I love the Bengals this week. I just think if you look at the performances and take out the results, this is a good football team. And yes, they're Mickey Mouse. They're very, very Mickey Mouse. But I absolutely love the Bengals this week. Rams, no complaints from me. I do like how they're giving us the 2.5. Could be a trap. I know some of you guys were saying it's a trap. I don't think so. I want to get against this Rizzo energy. Olavi and Shaheed aren't walking on that field. Like, I think the Saints defense is going to play a lot better, but I think this Rams young defensive line can challenge them in the right ways. Um, so yeah, that's where I'm at. I like Chargers too. Jessica writes, won 5G on a scratchy. I wanted to splash it on a 4-game head-to-head NFL parlay. I'm new to the betting game and still learning the lingo. Also based in New Zealand, still just learning the game itself. So, any suggestions on what games to look to bet the best to bet? Firstly, Jessica, welcome. New Zealand has a lot of sheep, a lot of nice people, a lot of Brazilians moving to New Zealand. Um, the you already got the wrong idea, Jessica. With all due respect, like, dude, parlays are how gambling companies make 90 to 95% of their profits. They don't make their profits on people like me. And the best advice would be when I post the bets, you single bet and you make a bankroll. And I don't like the units, like, just use percentages and just try to organize yourself. Like, just bet like 15% of your bankroll every single week and distribute the money on the spreads you like the most. Because if you do these parlays, like, you're gonna get crushed. You're just gonna get crushed. Um, okay, here we go. Warren Flowers, here's hoping and praying for your wife's recovery. Let's get this money. She's doing good, man. She's doing good. Thank God. Thank God. Thank God. Appreciate it, Warren. Appy, 6-point teaser. Chargers +5. Rams +3.5. Ravens +3. Bengals +3. Um, I like it. It's just, here's Appy. Can we move this to 7 points? Because we have to use the Wong method here. Like, we have to pass the 3. We have to bring the Bengals up to 3.5 at least. I think they have 6.5-point teasers on a lot of books now. I know they have on my Bet 365. So you bring the Bengals up, you get them to 3.5, you get the Ravens to 3.5. We passed the key numbers, but I actually like it. The Ravens Eagles game is really dangerous, but I actually feel pretty strongly about the Ravens in this game. I felt strongly about them against the Chargers, but I felt like that was a good spot for me not to bet. Um, okay, here we go. Yeah, Marty's writing like paragraphs. Drew Half, Raiders +14.5, bold. Casper 750. Question: do you ever do any card gambling, blackjack, poker, craps? If so, what is your favorite and why? Thanks for everything, boss. Hope you had a great uh Thanksgiving, Casper. You're free, so hope you enjoyed it, man. I imagine those holidays are fucking rough on the inside, firstly. So just go say a prayer today and be happy you're out of there. Secondly, I like Texas Hold'em. I used to have a casino near my house and I would go play Texas Hold'em. But blackjack, no, not into it. Other stuff like Keno, not into it. I like Texas Hold'em. It's just I have no option to play here. So prefer sports gambling, to be honest. I would like to play Texas Hold'em, but I do think it's getting a little bit exaggerated. People come up with like the hoodie and the glasses and shit. Like, a lot of it is reading people, which I've always been great at reading people. Um, so yeah. So yeah. Exactly, Leo. Exactly. And Leo, you're up early today. Maybe the organic food is fucking doing you good, my man. Maybe it is. You're up early today. You're up early today. Um, but yeah, actually, it's fucking 10:30. I'm exaggerating because I always sleep late. Del J. Lawson, do you ever buy out bet after making it? Bet Seattle -5, but now don't like it. I do. I do. I do. I've done it. Yeah, Del J, like I get your methodology in that game, but like fuck that game. Like I would just say fuck that game. Like I know we're feeling ourselves. Like I know it's been like a 6, 7 week run. It's just like some games it's okay for us to just sit out. And one thing on Patreon I don't like is people doing like a lot of FOMO, fear of missing out, like saying, Lawson, why you pick the sweaters? Why not just pick the Lions? When, you turn on the Lions game, it's 28-3 against the Jags. Yeah, of course. Of course, when you see the score. But honestly, man, like I make my plan, I stick to it. I don't like laying 13 and a half. And you saw against the Bears covered. I know everyone wanted the Lions to win in the cover. I'm sure a lot of the bets were on that. I just don't like laying that many points, and I don't have fear of missing out. Like I'm making plenty of money here. We're making plenty of money. People are getting greedy, and when you get greedy, the books come and take you in the ass and take you in the corner and treat you real dirty. Like that's what they're gonna do. Like fear of missing out is fucking terrible. I hate that shit. I hate that shit. I hate that shit. Um, yeah, man. Patriots upset, but I really think 6-2-6. I really think the Patriots can do something here, man. I think they're the more explosive team. And none of these receivers are fast or create separation. Like Downs is good, but AR doesn't use him. Then Michael Pittman, I think he's one of the most overrated receivers in the league. Pierce, I do think Pierce would be better with like a more like pocket passer, but none of these guys create separation. All of them are slow, and Steichen's a great offensive coordinator, but I do think the Pats match up good here in the pass game. Now, the Pats are going to give up a lot of run yards, but I do think Drake May makes big plays. And now, am I crazy here? Am I crazy here? Someone who watched that Dolphins-Pats game, let me know. But was I the only one who felt like Drake May was phenomenal that game? Was I the only one? Tom, I don't think the NFL is rigged. I just think I don't think it is. Dude, yeah, Devontae, it's terrible, man. It's terrible, man. Okay, let's see. Let me reload the Patreon questions and we'll get Michael Mann on. And D, if you want to come on, man, let me know. Because I have your Instagram message. I gotta just go get my phone. Kels, Lawson, I like the Browns with an upset this week and Jacksonville to cover. What do you think? I don't want to touch that Jacksonville game, but I see the fundamentals you're looking at. In terms of the Browns, I'm just going to lay off these Denver games because the Raiders had a chance to fucking beat them. And the Browns are another team that are really poorly coached. Same with the Raiders, so we can't bank on that. Like Antonio Pierce has been a disaster, but Kevin Stefanski has been a bigger disaster. Okay. Marine, hey John, what do you think about teasing KC -6.5? Well, I do like that. I think they win by a touchdown. Patriots +8.5. I like that. I think the Patriots are like mathematically the best teaser option. Pittsburgh +8.5 and Tennessee +12.5. Okay, let me think. I do think it. I think I missed a question about the Commanders, but guys, I'm worried about the Commanders injury report this week. So I think Tennessee plus 12 and a half is good. I would just lay off the Steelers. Like I kind of think we see a Bengals day here. I mean, fundamentally, like getting the Steelers up to 8.5 is brilliant. Like I think the Steelers will be able to get a few long passes on this Bengals defense. I mean, that alley is going to be open as we've seen the whole fucking season. And I would just like take the Steelers off of there and not be greedy. But guys, I'm worried about the Commanders this week. Eckler injured, Brian Robinson injured, Rodriguez and McNichols are decent periphery backs. I mean, McNichols gives you that little bit of speed like Eckler, and he can catch the ball, but not to Eckler's level. And Rodriguez is a power back, but you got Brian Robinson, who is like one of the best power backs in the league outside of D. Henry and Mixon. I don't know, man. I'm worried about the Commanders this week. I'm afraid they're going to go down. I am afraid of it. But I haven't seen the updated Friday injury report. Comes out later today. Vaughn, how confident are you in the Ravens -3 versus Philly? I'm a 6, Vaughn, but I'm moving closer to a 7. There are some injuries I want to check out for both teams. And Vaughn, I think one of my concerns in this game is what we've been saying all year about the Eagles. We've been right about the Eagles. Everyone's been fucking wrong. This Eagles defense is really good. A lot of their young secondary options are playing better. And look at the white guy they got at slot corner. He's playing some of the best slot corner in the league. Look at some of the other young dudes they got. And someone was clowning me for saying Sweat was emerging. Sweat's been phenomenal this year. And then you got Jalen Carter. Like, Jalen Carter's finally showing up. Like, remember his rookie year? Played like 15 plays a game. Like, he'd have like 2 brilliant plays and 13 shitty ones. So that's why it's not higher. But I'm moving closer to a bet. I do worry about some of the Ravens coaching. Like, I'm sure Leo will want to come on and chime in, or he'll write a comment. Like, I'm worried about Monken. I'm worried about the usage of Zay Flowers. I'm worried about them getting Derrick Henry the ball. I'm worried about the formations. But the Ravens want to win the game. They'll fucking win the game. You saw when they wanted to win the game against the Chargers, and you saw what that looked like. All right, let's get Michael Mann on, and I want to get Dion if he can get on. I think I got my. Okay, one second. Okay. Here we go. Okay. Yo, Leo, you want to come on? Okay, one second. Let me just send you the message on Patreon. Yeah, let me just send you the message on Patreon. I mean, because I think that Ravens Eagles game's really relevant. So I think it's really relevant. I think it's something we need to talk about. And listen, like I really wanted to bet that Ravens game last week against the Chargers. I just couldn't, because I do feel like you have a pretty realistic vibe, even though you're a Ravens fan. I do kind of want to hear your take on. I do kind of want to hear your take on. I do want to hear your take on the Bengals Steelers, because I mean, you were in the stadium for both times the Ravens played them, and I feel like that game is really interesting. Okay, let me go. Okay, I sent the message. Okay, let me see. Okay, here we go. Okay, what are cows right? Yeah, cows. I wish we could go to the Browns. Like, if they were better. Yeah, I sent it to Patreon. So, Yeah, no, Dell, you remember that. I defended him the first week after he bitched out the fans. Here's the only danger about that Eagles Ravens game, and it's insane to say it. It's insane to say it, but I'll say it. The Eagles are a better road team than a home team. And I think their fans are a bunch of spurs and tryhards, to be honest. I do think they're a bunch of spurs. Yeah, no, I know, Tom. Saints defenses look good. Yeah, Lucian. Yeah, get those likes up. Get those likes up. We're early in the morning. People are lazy, but yeah, let's get those likes up. Okay. Oh, what's up, Rich? I got Raiders plus 13 today. Hit on the unders in Detroit and Green Bay game. Great picks, John. And I got the under 25.5 points in the first half. Hashtag Patreon. Let's go. Yo, what's up, Rich? Good morning, man. Good morning. Um, good morning. But yeah, dude, I just hate the FOMO so much. Like, it's so easy to say, Lawson, why don't you bet this game when it's like 28-3 in the second quarter? Like, we've had a lot of laughers this year, and I think people got spoiled. Like I said, like, these games come down to 4 or 5 big plays. Yeah, and like 626, like, I kind of gave up, like, saying, "Oh, this is a must win for the Bengals. This is an Alamo for the Bengals." I kind of gave up on that. Like, I felt like that ship sailed in like fucking week 6, but still, like, I kind of feel like they have nothing to lose now, and I feel like when you have a high-powered offense, I feel like that is the most dangerous situation. And I could see them going for it on 4th down early. I could see fake punts. I also think the Steelers secondary is kind of bad. I do. Like, so that's where I'm at. Yo, what's up, man?
Oh, what's up? So, what game you want to talk about?
Dude, let's just talk about the Ravens.
Yeah. So, I feel like it's just a free money weekend for me, because I'm just going ham on the money line. I'm fuck that spread. We just gonna take the extra money. We just gonna pay extra money to just have the money line, cause I don't know. That's just how I feel. Like, anytime I seen the Ravens at like that short price, I don't even give. I just take the money line. Like, we don't even got to talk about Lamar, his record against the NFC. I just feel like is Devontae Smith, he out, right?
He's probably going to miss the game. So I think
Yeah.
that's
So
fucking huge.
that helps even more. Like, I just think they just gonna be obsolete. Basically, Jalen Hurts. I already got my feelings about him. I think he's just mid.
He's mid, dude. He's mid. I was wrong on him. Like, he's really mid, and okay, here's what people are saying about that game. So I'll give you like the counter narrative. They're saying, "Oh, Hurts is bad under pressure. Ravens can't get pressure." But man, I think Hurts kind of floats into pressure regardless. So I'm not worried about that. And I actually feel like the secondary is playing a little bit better. Not saying it's
They
getting
playing
better,
better.
but
Yeah, they
Humphrey's been
definitely.
phenomenal this year, by the way.
Oh yeah,
Like,
Humphrey. Yeah, he's been woken up. I ain't gonna lie, I haven't seen him this good since like 2019. He's been
yo,
looking
what's
real sharp.
Hey, bro.
yo, what's up, Mike? But yeah, like, yeah. So I need. Are you worried about Monken? Yo, he went black,
Ah,
but but yeah, like, Mike, your take on the
Oh shit,
Ravens
my
game?
bad.
all
No,
right.
no, it's all good, bro. It's all good, bro.
This is gonna piss some people off, but I
Mm.
have Eagles to win and cover. Wait. First off, can y'all hear me? Okay.
Yeah, no, I hear you.
Is my
Excellent.
feed's good? Okay. I have Eagles to win and cover. Um, Here's why. Firstly, looking at this Ravens offense versus the Eagles defense, I feel like the Eagles low-key kind of win that matchup. Um, I don't see Derrick Henry just having a field day on this Eagles defense like everyone else does. I think when you have Jalen Carter, Jordan Davis, and Zach Bond in the middle, that's just too much to ask from the Ravens. They're not just going to roll over and die. So I think the Eagles are going to contain Derrick Henry a little bit. And then when have we seen Lamar Jackson look bad this year? when these receivers play like shit, right? This Eagles secondary, I feel like, is going to have them on lockdown. So you take away Derrick Henry a bit, you slow down these receivers, don't let them take over the game, and I think you can limit the Ravens to 24 points. And on the other side of the ball, and well, here, let me just conclude. If you take away both these running backs, you take away Derrick Henry, you take Saquon, which passing attack do you trust more right now? I'm taking the Eagles all day.
I'll let Leo respond, but I'm worried about the Hurts turnovers. Lamar doesn't.
Hang on, I can't hear you guys.
No, I can hear you fine. But anyways, Leo, I'll let you respond.
Oh, hang on.
Yeah, I don't know shit about the Eagles secondary. I'm not gonna lie. I haven't seen them play one whole game this year. I didn't even watch that Sunday night game. I feel like that don't even matter. I feel like when we play, I feel like we could get loose on any team. That don't even matter. We could get loose on any team. It's just what the fuck is Todd Monken gonna do? His old ass is just up there, just like sometimes just reading plays. Like I don't know, man. Like
no, because we don't know, because there's a reason why Zay Flowers is probably a top 12, top 10 receiver, and every single week, 52.5 player prop. Like, you know what I'm saying?
And
he can go for 180 or he can go for fucking 20 yards. Okay, like
I don't get it. Yeah, it's so bad, Tom Monkey. He's just so old school. Like he's so old school. I wish we had like the Lions OC or something. Like he's just so old school, bro. Like you don't know what, but I do think we're gonna win the game easily, very easily. I think we're gonna handle the Eagles. I really do. I'm not worried at all. That's why I'm shoveling all my fucking money on that shit. I don't got no. I'm done with all the other teams, bro. I'm done. I'm done with betting on other teams for like 3 weeks. Because we going to bye week, and then I had to I just got to break down next week because we on a bye week. But yeah, bro, I'm done. I only trust the Ravens, bro, from here on out. Like I'm checked out mentally.
But all right. It's your year this year. If you don't win it this year, it's over. Okay.
Yeah, please do it this year. I don't want to see the Chiefs in the Super Bowl again. Please.
No, I know. Well, what the fuck,
dude?
Hey, you gotta talk to Roger Goodell. The referees. I don't know.
No,
bro, I'm a Panthers fan.
I don't complain about the referees. And Mike's a pretty level-headed guy, but dude, these Chiefs games. If they get look at the first game of the fucking year.
Yeah.
With the Ravens and Chiefs, it was just a comedy show.
Bro, listen, I'm a Panthers fan. You guys know that. But when a game between the 10-1 Super Bowl champs and the 3-8 Carolina Panthers is coming down to officiating, I think that tells you all you need to know about one of those teams.
It's crazy because
but why? It's like, why? This is like the best quarterback we've ever seen, the best head coach we've ever seen. Why do they need?
It's amazing.
Every week it's something new.
It's amazing. It's no way they go to the Super Bowl 3 years in a row. It's no way. It's no way they let that happen.
Yeah.
Okay, Mike, you agreed with me. You saw it in the Panthers game. I told you, this Chiefs secondary is weak as fuck. I would not say mid.
Dude, I thought you were over exaggerating with that. I thought you were wrong. But no, dude, listen, Carolina does not have the best receiving core in the world, and they were cooking their ass the entire game. Bryce, Bryce played awesome, but these receivers, for the most part, did a very good job of getting open against that Chiefs secondary.
Yeah. I didn't watch that game, but I did have a little small money on a straight bet on the Panthers team total, and that shit actually hit. I was like,
yeah. That's a bold move. It's a bold move.
It was at 14? No, it was at 15.5. Some shit like that.
Hey, that's still a bold move.
No, but we've been saying on this show, Bryce has played good football last 3-4 weeks. So if you get decent quarterback play, you can put 15.5 looks great.
He has, and I don't know how many people watched that Chiefs game last week, but if he plays, the Bryce Young we saw against Kansas City last week is a top 15 quarterback in the NFL. He was that good. I am not kidding you. He was playing, he's made some throws that I don't know how many other quarterbacks in the league make. And maybe I'm just a Panthers fan overreacting to the game, but damn, he was awesome against the Chiefs.
Anyways, let's get to the Steelers game.
Yeah, I was going to say, why are the Bengals favored why are they favorites? Favorites. I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's just take away the results of the Bengals. Okay, let's take away the results. This top 5 offense. And I do think we're getting to a point in this league where you can disagree with me, Leo. Like, for instance, I felt like we had like 3 elite defenses last year. Jets, Ravens, Steelers were elite at times. Okay, so I felt like we had 3 elite defenses last year. This year, I don't feel like we have an elite defense. Someone can prove me wrong. I just don't think it. So at a certain point, this is an offensive league. And I do feel like the Steelers secondary is vulnerable. Of course, you worry about the pass rush, but Bengals have never blocked great. And I do think Burrow is hitting a stride. And I do wonder. I don't think the Steelers will be able to run the ball. They don't run the ball well any week. Like, I know sometimes they wear teams down, but the last team they really wear down with the run was the fucking Raiders. So I'm looking at that and I'm looking, okay, Bengals secondary, obviously bad. But is Russ gonna throw for like 330 or 340 against anyone? I don't think so. There's gonna be some deep passes. That avenue is gonna be wide open. I get it.
I understand that, but I was gonna bet the Bengals last Sunday. I already was prepared to bet them against the Steelers, but then like laying points, like what the fuck? Like can't even get 3 points.
I think I'm more in agreement with you as opposed to Lawson. And this is gonna piss you off, but I have the Steelers to win and cover. The historical for some reason, every time these two teams play, Mike Tomlin just schools Zach Taylor. I feel like, which I know is not a good answer. But when I see that and I see the Bengals defense struggling as much as it is, there's no way I'm going to pick the Bengals to win and cover. So I have Steelers to win 27-24, expecting a few turnovers from Joe Burrow in this game, just kind of punting on this one. Would not bet this at all.
But Joe Burrow, he be cooking the Steelers though. But I don't think
he's had some great games against them. And that's
with 3-4 picks too.
He be cooking them. I mean,
in losses.
I might be remembering games from 2021 and 2022 though.
Yeah, like he had that one bad game week 1 of one year where he threw like 5 interceptions. Other than that, like I think he kind of cooks them. And I also think that, like I said, like I think the Steelers defense isn't all that good. Like we're not even seeing like a great Watt year like previous years. Like fuck, the Jets were able to contain Watt. Like, and the Jets can't block anyone. But yeah, man, I get it. I get wanting to go Tomlin. Obviously, Tomlin is a better coach than Zach Taylor. And obviously you worry about the Bengals in late game situations. Look at the Chargers game.
Exactly that. Yeah.
Like you worry about that. Can they kick a fucking field goal? But like I said this going into the Browns game and why I had the Browns cover, not beating my chest. It was just a punt. I do feel like the Steelers are the luckiest team in this league outside of the Chiefs. And when you're kicking 6 50-yard field goals in games, I just think there's a limit on those returns. Boswell's been fucking phenomenal this year. So I don't know if I want to kick field goals against the Bengals. I mean, I also feel like against the Ravens, Leo, like I know this is going to make you feel better, but I felt like the Steelers, like, listen, they made that great play on Justice Hill taking away the ball. Felt like there was a little bit of luck involved there.
It's always some shit like that. When we play at their field, it's always some shit like every year. It's always somebody taking the ball out. Lamar got 3 picks this year that and it was all in our receivers' hands.
That's what Mike was saying. Like, that's where I'm not going to touche Mike's point. Leo, you remember the fucking Browns game? Like, Lamar was throwing like 50-yard bullets down the field. Motherfuckers just standing wide open. It's just...
And that's what I'm saying. These Ravens receivers really can sell at times for Lamar. And I think when you have a secondary as good as Philadelphia, I think that's going to create some problems.
Shit.
It's going to be a good game. It might be better to just sit out. But on Tuesday, like there has to be like at least 4 money picks. So that was my one. Like I got to tell you, like the money pick with the Eagles Rams, I wasn't confident about last week.
Oh, dude, I got that in early, and I was at halftime. I felt great on Sunday night.
Yeah, but it's anyways. Like I was happy with what we did last week. It would have been nice
Yeah.
to have that on as an extra. It's just people love hitting a primetime game. There's just something about it.
You've been doing your things on the props too. You've been hitting like every prop I seen you post. You've been hitting that.
Dude, the Joe Burrow alts. I'm going Joe Burrow alts here. I'm working on the prop video today, but
I'm gonna tell that shit, bro.
Burrow's probably okay. What do they probably have Burrow at? Someone look it up in the chat, but I'm guessing they have Burrow between 245 and 260. I don't necessarily, I think you can run it on the Steelers defense, but I think they're going to throw it. So I'll go up to 320, 330, kind of the same methodology with the Chargers one. I got on Instagram and alerted everyone like, man, like Joe Burrow alts. Like
you need to start putting your prop bets on Patreon more.
I agree, but people are
I get it's ballsy.
Mike.
I get it's ballsy. I mean, you could just throw like 10 at the end of the post. Because I feel like yours have been hitting nonstop this year. Like even last night, like you had both Tucker Kraft and Johnny Smith going over their receiving yards, and it had hit by halftime.
It was crazy. They're making some mistakes too. Like on the
yeah, and I feel like that's where Vegas is weakest. Like they're much better at putting out spreads than they are at prop bets.
Yeah, because and plus, like sometimes I'll talk to like Leo or talk to you about the Panthers because you guys have a better vibe on the props. Like I watch all these teams, but still, man, like it is tough to get a vibe on props sometimes, especially if it's not your team.
Yeah.
So
I smashed Lamar or over 1.5 passing touchdowns too. That just seems like the classic.
Yeah, that's easy.
Lamar, 3 passing touchdowns, whatever. Derrick Henry get a touchdown.
Well, yeah, because like I kind of agree with Mike. I think the Ravens are going to have to throw the ball a little bit more than normal, but they're going to. I think Lamar over 1.5 is good this week as well. Yeah. I'm looking forward to that game. I do think that game goes under. By the way, I think it's 51.
Yeah, I agree. I think it goes under.
All right. Any other games you want to talk about, Mike? You want to talk about this Panthers-Bucs games just to give people a little bit of caution?
Yeah, which way? Caution which way?
Okay, let me just lead in because people are going to listen to this, so they need to listen to this. Listen, I don't think Bucs spread is the play here. Do I want you laying 6 with the Panthers? Absolutely not. I just feel like in this game, there's too many variances that can happen. Like I could see the Bucs winning by fucking 20. I could see the Panthers actually winning the game. So I feel like the only way to target this, if you want to bet this game, is to go obviously over.
Yeah, and you and I when we talked on Tuesday, it literally came out of our mouths at the same time. The bet to hit in this game is that over under. And that I don't know how that thing is not higher, but this thing should be at like 50, if you're asking me.
No, I agree. Okay, because listen, Bucs have struggled on defense this year. I don't know what the stats are saying, but for me, like this is bottom 10 defense. Leo saw them. Look what the Ravens did to them, and the game flow was completely against the Ravens that game. Completely. And that's when they were a little bit more healthy. And so I think the Panthers can run the ball. And if the Panthers run the ball, I think Bryce can get in rhythm. And we always talk about this pressure that Bowles puts up. I don't know, man. If a guy's blitzing at you, I like to run at the blitz because even if you watch Ravens games, a lot of the times you blitz the Ravens, that's when Henry breaks those 60, 70 yarders. So
well, and don't forget, Dave Canales against Steve Spagnuolo last week. There was a point in the game where Steve Spagnuolo just started blitzing the Panthers nonstop, and Dave Canales and Bryce Young were more than ready with an answer every time he did. So I don't think Todd Bowles' blitzing scares me. And don't forget also, Dave Canales comes from Tampa Bay. He worked with Todd Bowles, so he knows exactly what he's going to do. So I think Dave Canales is going to win this matchup fairly easily and get the Panthers to at least 24 points.
You see upset? Do you see upset?
I could see it happening. I trust Dave Canales more in a close situation than I do Todd Bowles. Todd Bowles has actually kind of really been bad in close games this year and like in those big time moments. So I could see it happening if the game is close. I could also see a situation where the Bucs just kind of run away with it because this Panthers defense is so bad. And I could see the final score being like 35-27. Like it could get that high, I think.
No, I think the Panthers are. I think the Bucks are going to run through your defense.
Yeah, our defense sucks, like no question about it.
Secondary is awesome, but bro, like at a certain point, there's only so much you can do. And
Well, and
the front seven's terrible. It's one of
and
the
our
worst.
zone defenses suck. Like every day, like literally first passing play against the Chiefs, Noah Gray is wide open over the middle of the field, and he walks in for a touchdown. Like I don't know what our zone defenses are at times, but man, it's frustrating to watch.
It's a bad scheme too, when like you guys don't get any pressure, and this Bucks offensive line is playing good, and they're going to run the ball for fun on you. Like, let's be honest about it.
Oh yeah, that three-headed backfield is going to destroy us.
Yeah,
all this is to say, bet the over. If you're going to bet this game, bet the over.
Yeah,
I like the over. If I had to pick the spread, I would go Panthers to cover, and I feel fairly decent about that. But bet of the game is, the over under 46.5.
Bro, like you kind of agree with me. Like, there's just too much variance to pick a spread in this game.
Yeah.
Like, because I can actually see you guys winning, but
no, I could too. But here's the deal: like, I think both these offenses are going to control the game. I think this is going to be close throughout. But Bucks offense could do so much in this game that it could be like the Falcons game where they get some touchdowns in late, and even though it's been close the whole time, the Bucks could win like 38-27. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, Panthers are going to keep this close throughout. I have no doubt about that. I just think there's a chance the Bucks run away late.
What other games you want to talk about?
Colts Patriots. I love the Colts.
Oh
yeah, I know everyone likes the Colts. Bro, like
with that team. I don't know. I'm done with that team. That team, bro. Yeah.
I think the Patriots defense is really bad, and I think they're very poorly coached as well.
Dude, it's
like
it's bad. The secondary's bad. I'm sick of hearing about Christian Gonzalez. Like, I'm really sick of it.
Dude, if I were a Patriots fan, I imagine you're furious with Gerard Mayo right now. Like, some of the decisions they've made on defense this year, like not putting Christian Gonzalez on the other team's number one corner, or trying to blitz Matthew Stafford the entire game against the Rams, like when that's probably the worst thing you should do against Matthew Stafford.
Get pressure, Mike.
I mean, still, I would rather sit in zone all day against Stafford and try to confuse him rather than blitz every play and know what, like with him knowing what you're going to do when you have those two receivers there.
But I don't think this the same type of. I'm not putting words in your mouth, but I just don't think this like the same type of offense they're playing with the Rams. Like, I think that Rams offense is very good when all three of those guys are healthy with Stafford.
Oh, it is, no doubt.
It's really good. And Christian Gonzalez is trash, man. Like, no, like if you put him on the best receiver, like look at what Diggs did to him. That was Diggs' best game in like 3 years. He was completely. I just don't think he's any good.
I wouldn't call him trash. He's some pretty good days in his career, but
yeah, it just hasn't been that much this year. And like,
but I do think he is overrated. Like, I wouldn't put him in the top 10 cornerback conversation.
They put him in top 3.
Yeah, like that's ridiculous.
Like, for instance, like I think Marlon Humphrey's been so much better than him this year. Like,
yeah,
and that's just my take. And it's just okay. Here's my rationale for this game. I think Drake May makes way better plays than Anthony Richardson. Now, if the Patriots run defense is trash as well. So there's a large number of confounding factors on this Patriots defense. Let's be honest. Like, you can attack them all ways you want. So I'm just wondering, I do think the past defensive problems of the Patriots will be limited. Like, I don't think Pierce is going to create separation. I think Pittman sucks. I really do think Pittman is one of the most overrated receivers in this league. And so I'm not really worried about the pass game. So I think the Colts will run it for 150. I just worry about the quick pressures the Patriots give up, and I think Drake May will be able to deal with that because Kwity Paye is the best edge rusher.
Yeah. Well, I will say, too, the Colts defense has been playing better as of late. Like, it's not by much, but they have put in some good performances. Like, I thought they didn't play that bad against the Lions. And even against the Jets, they had their moments. So, I mean, to be honest, I don't have an answer for Drake May. Like, he will still make his plays just like he did against the Dolphins. But I just don't see it being enough to keep this game within 3.
John, what you think
And
about
Vaughn, you went to that Patriots-Titans game? Oh, Vaughn. And Vaughn, I'm not picking on him. It's just I do think Christian Gonzalez has been poor this year. Like it's been poor. And I know a lot of people aren't watching these Patriots games, but unfortunately I have to. Like it's been poor. But yeah, like Mayo, like the game against the Titans made me I actually kind of like felt bad for them because I feel like the Boston media is trying to get Mayo out. So in a way, like I kind of do feel bad for him because what the fuck you're gonna do? Like this is I think this roster is worse than the Panthers. Outside of I do. Like I know the Panthers have like 20 guys on injured reserve or what's the count, but I think this roster is worse than the Panthers. And I just feel like the journalists there are just being like fucking dicks to him. I don't know what the reason is, but
no, I agree. And it was inevitable that whoever came in after Bill Belichick was just going to have like a hell of a first year.
Well, Bill completely destroyed that roster, and we've been saying it for 5 years. Even Brady's last year's, that roster was trash.
No, and having him in
understand that wide receivers are important now.
Yep.
Like
and having and even I think even like diehard Patriots fans knew that having Bill Belichick as the GM did not produce good results for the most part. Like especially at the end there of their dynasty, like they had some drafts where they just completely sold, and it's really screwing over the team right now.
Yeah. Anyway, so
but
yeah,
one more game I want to talk about. I'm really with you on the Rams being the Saints. Like I think the Rams offense is going to have a day against the Saints defense. And one thing too that isn't talked about enough, the Saints run defense is really bad. Like I don't think for some reason, teams don't like to exploit it, don't like to fully indulge in trying to just tear them apart. But I feel like McVay is going to do that. I think Darrell Henderson's going to go off in this one, and I think the Rams are going to easily win this by more than 3 points. I am shocked that spread is still at -3.
Leo, you?
Shit, I was gonna say the Texans. How you like that in a bounce back? Like, do you like that game? You like that?
I feel like they're tempting us on that.
No, I don't.
I'm nervous about it. Here's my take on it, Leo. Okay, obviously, the Titans were due for a little bit of like juice to happen. Fair enough. But I felt like the strong point of the Houston team this year was the defense, and just to see them capitulate that way. And everyone wants to blame Stroud and Fairbairn and whatever, man. Like I think it is what it is. You can't miss like a 34-yard field goal, and you missed another one. Anyways, I'm just worried about this Houston defense, but they're tempting us. Like it might be down to 3 on Sunday morning. I mean, I just want to lay off of it because I really like this Rams game.
Yeah, I feel you.
And here's the thing about the Saints. Like, I kind of want to get against this Rizzo stuff. And like, listen, it's good. The new coach bounce. It happens. Like we took advantage of it with Antonio Pierce this year. We really didn't take advantage of it with Rizzo this year. Do I feel bad about it? No, not really. But I think the Saints team is really bad. And this is a similar situation with the Patriots where the roster has been completely dismantled over a 4 or 5 year period. And then you expect Dennis Allen, you expect Rizzo to work magic. And then also I do want to take into account I'm not getting dramatic about the Rams. Like I know a lot of people bet the Rams last week. I didn't bet the Rams last week. I feel like I know you're on Patreon. Both of you guys are on Patreon. I feel like we got a pretty good vibe of the Rams. Like we know when to get the Dolphins against them. We know when to get them against the Patriots. Like the Patriots were the upset involved that week. I feel like we got a pretty good vibe with the Rams. So
This
And
reminds me of when they were favorites against the Patriots, like what 2 weeks ago, and they were playing in New England, and they covered. So yeah, I'm betting that. I'm betting that.
here's the
Coming
other
off
thing
a
too.
loss, too,
Here,
Leo, like
look at
coming off a loss, like a devastating
yes.
loss where Saquon like rips your ass for
Yeah,
like it's
Two
facts.
other things about this game, like you said, Lawson. Look at the situation the Rams are in. They're 5-6, and if they lose this game, they're gonna really be in trouble in that NFC West. That is like super tight right now. So the Rams need this game. So I feel like McVay is gonna go into New Orleans on a mission to kill. He's not gonna be playing around. And the other thing too, how is the Saints secondary gonna cover Cooper Kupp and Puka Nacua? Like, their best corner is Alante Taylor, who has played like crap this year. Like, I could see this being the game where the Saints really regret trading Marshawn Lattimore. And like I said, combine that with the fact that I think the Rams are going to run the ball nonstop. I don't see how the Saints defense allows any less than 27 points.
agree. Like, and also, can we just like give the Eagles some credit and say like it's an elite run game and not pick on the Rams defensive line because this Rams defensive line's been phenomenal this
Yes.
year.
And even like, okay, they kind of sucked in the second half. I feel like the Rams defense wasn't playing that bad early on.
Bro, and if here's the thing, like I get it, like to get emotional about one performance. Like, did I get emotional about like the Ravens week 1 against the Chiefs? I did. Like, did I like losing that pick? No, but it didn't really change my trajectory, like thinking the Ravens would be the best offense in the league.
Yeah.
And like same thing, like I'm not going to get dramatic about the Rams getting torn up because we already know they got shit linebackers. It's just has the Saints offensive line got better? I don't
Exactly. And the real reason the Rams lost that game against the Saints was because they couldn't block the Eagles' front seven. I don't think the Saints are going to replicate that same formula and have the Rams defense on the field the entire second half like the Eagles did.
I agree, man. So
Yeah.
and also Vikings down to 3 on DraftKings, Mike.
Love it. Love it.
I might have to
So-
if I don't want to be influenced by drops in prices. Okay?
So
I know it's your own team, but here's how you beat the Cardinals. You stop the run and you blitz the hell out of them. Vikings are going to do both, and I think it's going to be an easy 7-point win at least.
Leo,
John, why is that a question? Why is that a question? Y'all gonna cover against the Cardinals? Nah,
good question. Good. Maybe I'm overthinking it. Like,
Well, like, am I wrong? I mean, it's not like, this isn't super complicated. You stop the run against the Cardinals and you blitz them. Like, is there any reason for thinking that the Vikings can't do both?
I'll just accept what happens on that shit. Honestly.
yeah, I think it's worth a dice roll. So
Yeah.
I
will be put, if it's -3, I'm betting that right after I get off of here.
Yeah, because it's on -3 on DraftKings. So, yeah, we got to think about that. That's one thing we got to think about. Any last words, Leo?
No, the shit. We gonna smack Philly up. Yeah, I mean, shit. You know what time it is, bro. I'm getting this money on Sunday. We betting the Rams. We all betting the Rams together.
Yeah, I'm
Yes.
betting the Rams. I think they kind of knew.
Yep.
Like I'm not. Yeah.
And
This is perfect. We get to. I love getting against narratives like Rizzo.
Yes.
He got his boys ready. They're gonna make a late run. Like, bro, like it's too much. It's the same thing like when like the Saints fans were going crazy saying they're gonna smash the Eagles. Like it got crazy.
what one more bet that I really like, and I know we already talked about it, but Lawson, you know how much I hate betting over unders. Like, I can't stand to do it. But that Bucs Panthers over under is just too enticing. Like, we have to attack that.
I forgot about that. Yeah. I'm looking to that. A little small bet.
Yeah, I'm putting a good amount on that over, man.
It has to be a small bet. Like last week with the Cardinals Seahawks going under, it has to be a small bet because they're sweaters, Mike. Like
I know. I was
look even at that fucking sweating in the Hawks Cardinals game, and like I think the total ended up being 24 of like a 48.5 or some shit like that.
Yeah,
I was sweating in that game. Like,
well, bro, I felt so bad for any people who bet the under on Commanders Cowboys last week. Because if you watched the first 55 minutes of that game, that shit should have gone under easily.
Mike, I'm worried about the Commanders this week. I don't know about you, Leo, but I'm worried. Like, I didn't see the update on Eckler or Brian Robinson. And like,
well, go ahead.
No, but same thing with, I'm not like, people wanted me to overreact about the Chargers because Dobbins out. Like, I'm not overreacting about that, but I am worried about the Commanders this week with Eckler and Robinson possibly out. I haven't seen the update today. It's going down to the wire as far as I'm concerned. I don't know if you guys seen it.
Well, here's what concerns me about the Cardinals or about the Commanders. And Cardinals fans will know this, but when Cliff Kingsbury was in Arizona, he was very much like Mike McDaniel, where the first 8 weeks of the year, he was absolutely on fire. Last 8 weeks of the season, he would consistently fall off, and the Cardinals would always finish 3-5, 2-6 to end the season. I think we're starting to see people catch on to the Commanders' offense right now in DC, and I feel like that could be a serious problem for him down the line. The Commanders might miss the playoffs. I'm not going to lie, they're really falling off.
No, but here's my concern, Mike. So the Cowboys did one thing the whole game against them. They were rushing 5 or 6. They wouldn't even just blitz. They would just put 6 guys on a line of scrimmage. And these receivers can't create separation. And I'm worried. I don't know why they didn't get a Thielen during the trade deadline. And everyone's saying oh, Jaden Daniels doesn't throw to receivers. It's just when Noah Brown's your number 2 option, and look at the 3 option Zacchaeus. You got McCaffrey. I think he's Christian McCaffrey's brother. It's just it's not great. Let's just say this. It's not great.
No, it's bad. And
Charger, you're still on the Chargers, right?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Dude, they're trying to go you. I'll let Leo get in here, but they're trying to make me afraid because the spot. The reason why we're getting a great price is because
this is an equal game. This is a very equal game, a coin flip game.
Yeah,
I don't think it's a coin flip game. I mean, dude, that Chargers offensive line going against Atlanta's front 7 is a gold mine, in my opinion. Herbert is going to have all day to throw. And I don't see the Falcons being able to stop the run game either.
Quentin Johnston dropped 5 passes.
That is true. That is true.
Are bad, Mike.
The Chargers fucking receivers need to catch the damn ball. That you got me. But still, on paper, I love the Chargers.
But Mike, that's it really should be a coin flip game. It really should be Falcons favored because the Falcons have a great roster. It's just the shit. Even the offense coordinator, I don't want to pick on Raheem Morris anymore. The JK offense coordinators.
Is JK playing? Well, JK, is he playing?
He's out for the game.
Oh no, Falcons.
No, I still like the Chargers.
Oh. So yeah, man. So yeah. All right, guys, I'll let you guys go. I'm sweating profusely now. So thanks for coming on.
All right, have a good one. Happy Thanksgiving.
So you guys going out to buy some shit? I hope not.
I'm hungover, so I'm not buying anything.
Go buy shit.
The books, I gotta spend some money before I fuck around and get a book some money. I ain't gonna lie.
I probably shouldn't even be on here today.
Yeah, better than doing something on Amazon, man. They don't even give good deals anymore.
No, it's not like it used to be.
It's my first time Black Friday shopping in my life, so.
Got you. All right, guys, I'll let you guys go. Thank you for coming on.
Thanks for having us, man. See you later.
Yo, good morning, guys. Okay, Tom sends a super chat. Thank you for all the super chats, Tom. Black Nation winning on Black Friday. I'm taking Vegas. Bold. That wouldn't be my long shot this week, but I'm curious to see what happens. All right, guys. Patreon bets will be up earlier than normal. I kind of know what I'm doing this week. Just going to wait until we see those final injury reports, and then I'll get those up. 1 soccer bet this week. We went with 2 last week, 1 and 1. I want to just go 1. There's 1 I really like. So we're going to do that. Hope everyone has a great weekend. Thank you guys for waking up early. Let's get this money.